Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. And today I will be talking about fragrance from the house of Juliette Has a Gun. This is Moscow Mule. This is a fragrance that had gotten quite a bit of hype last year around this time. A lot of the prominent reviewers in the YouTube community had gotten a free bottle, presumably, in exchange for their review. Unfortunately, I was not one of the privileged people to get a free bottle. All I have to base my review off of is this little tiny little zero point 0.7 ml sample, but I'm not bitter. I'm strong. I'm going to be okay with my little sample, and I promised myself I wouldn't cry because I didn't get a free bottle. But I will do my best to give you my impressions with just this tiny little sample. Sometimes an honest review from a tiny sample is better than a tainted review from a 100 ml bottle. Keeping it real, right? Keeping it real and strong. So let's go. Juliette Has a Gun, unisex fragrance, classified as a citrus aromatic, and was released back in 2017 with top notes of bergamot, lemon, and lime, middle notes of ginger, apple, and hedione, and the base of woody notes, amberwood, ambret, and white musk. So, when you first apply this fragrance, do get a lot of citrus, lime, maybe a little bit of like a lemony orange citrus in there as well. It really reminded me of like a Atelier type fragrance, like Cedret Environt, kind of reminded me of that kind of a feel because of all those citrus accords in there. You could also say orange sanguine, maybe a little bit as well. As it dried down, you started to pick up on a light ginger in the background, maybe gives a little bit of a sporty feel, sporty edge. And then, of course, as it dried down some more, a lot of this woody accord starts to come through. My understanding is that there is a woody molecule that was invented by was it Firmerich, a company that you always hear Jeremy Fragrance talking about, called norlimonol. So norlimonol, an aromatic molecule with a woody smell to it. Some people might say it smells a little bit like ISOE Super, and I guess you could describe it sort of in that vein. So sort of like this woody synthetic type base. So yeah, if you like ISOE Super, you probably like more limonol as well. Pretty similar, maybe some slight variance to it. So you could say a few things about this fragrance overall. You could say it's kind of like an Atelier fragrance. I think it kind of has a similar feel to it. You could say it's kind of like Molecule 01 with a twist of lime, maybe a touch of ginger. I think that would pretty much put you in the ballpark for this one. A lot of people are comparing it with Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue for Women. I haven't tried that fragrance, but when I looked at the note pyramid for Light Blue for Women, I did see it did have lime in it, so maybe that's why we're getting some comparisons to that cheaper designer fragrance as well. So my overall impressions here, it's a perfectly fine spring, summer type fragrance. It's very light, easy to wear, pleasant, not mind blowing, but I think if you just wanted like one simple citrus fragrance that you could wear your pretty much all spring and summer long, this would be fine, I think. Uh, for me, it didn't really blow me away. Now, being that it's called Moscow Mule, I was really hoping that it would have more of a boozy tone to it because it is supposed to smell like a alcoholic beverage called the Moscow Mule. Fortunately, it didn't really have that boozy zip to it that I was hoping for. If you look at the note pyramid, there's really no boozy accords like gin or vodka mentioned here. So just sort of a ordinary kind of like an Atelier type uh, unisex citrus type fragrance. So let me get into some final scores here. The smell, I'll give it 7 out of 10. I thought it smelled okay. Um, Nothing special, but certainly not bad at all. Projection longevity, based off of this tiny little sample, it was hard to really give myself a good coating of it, but it did seem to be kind of light. Kind of hung in there for a while. I think that molecule, the woody molecule, does hang in there, but you know, it doesn't really jump off the skin. So projection longevity, give it 7 out of 10, maybe. whatever. Versatility, mostly for spring and summer. Let's say 6 out of 10. I think in the fall and winter, this one would kind of fall off the rails a little bit. Uniqueness, I'll give it 5 out of 10. It smells too much like the Atelier fragrances and just a basic citrus type fragrance. Nothing special, nothing really boozy about it. Price point 50 ml, $100. 100 ml, $135. It's a bit pricey. It's a niche fragrance. Kind of has like a typical designer kind of a smell to it. Nothing too special or great. But overall, I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. Check it out if you like lime fragrances, a little ginger, with a woody type base to it. So those are my thoughts on my little tiny little sample of Moscow Mule from Juliette as a gun. Hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.